Hello, and welcome to the first ever episode of How to Play Guitar with your host, Jimmy Hawley. Today we will be going over how to play Everlong by the FOO Fighters. It's actually a lot easier than you'd think. It starts off on the 9th and the 12th fret, but before you do that, you have to be in drop D. Now that means that all your other strings, except for the low E, are in the standard tuning, but the low E is turned down a whole step to drop D. And it's kind of unpredictable sometimes. It just, goes flat, sharp, all that, all that good stuff. But anyway, so after you tune down to drop D, which is D, A, D, G, B, E, A, D, G, B, E, but a D, so yeah, I think that's good. After you do that, you're on the 9th and 11th fret on the A and D strings, but your low D is left open. You will learn to play that. Anyway, so the first thing that you do is on your A string, your pointer finger, index finger, is on the 9th fret, and your ring finger is on the 11th fret of the D string. You play your low D open. So it's a strum pattern. I always go down. I never really do the down up thing because this song just is good for the down. But you do 1, 2. So you do low E twice, and then the whole thing once. You do that twice. Then after that you do it once, and down again, all the way through. So let me show you that. Let me do it again. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. Basically does that twice, but the second time, instead of doing it once for each thing, you do a whole, all 3 strings, 3 times. So okay, pretty easy, right? Then take your pointer finger and you put it on the 9th fret of the low D, the A, and then you keep your ring finger here on the 11th of the D. And then you do basically the same thing that you just did strum-wise for the last one. So the whole thing so far is... You're getting it, right? I hope you are, at least. First video. So, 1. That put together. So, another thing I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video is that you use palm muting a lot. That means that you take your palm and you put it here on the bridge of your guitar, just slightly. Don't press down heavy, just a very light touch, but it gives you a nice kind of muted effect as well as the electric distortion. It's pretty sweet. So the second formation, or chord that you have going on, is the 9th, and 11th on the D, A, and then the D. So you just bring that down, just 3 frets. So you're from here, 9th, 8th, 7th. So now your pointer finger is on the 7th finger of the D, low D, and the A string, and it's on the 9th. Your ring finger is on the 9th of the D string. So literally right after you do that, and you bring it down. But this one's a little bit different. Let me show you. So for this one, all you do is you do that 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. Where 1, you start off by playing just the low D, and then you play all 3 strings. So you do that twice, then you go back up. So then you put it all together. I like to do that little bend right there. It's kind of cool. It gives it a neat effect. You can do whatever you want to do. It doesn't have to have that. But, so, that goes on for about 2 whole bars of, music to begin with. And then there's another guitar, a second one. So the first guitar just keeps doing that over and over again. But then the second guitar has, the same kind of a formation going on to begin with. But he's playing the G string too. So you've got D, A, D, G. I know it sounds kind of weird, kind of funky right now, but he actually uses his small pinky finger, and he goes to the 11th on the G string every 3 strums. Can't even really hear it. I mean, it's important, just for a little added side effect to the song, but in all honesty, you don't really need it if you don't have a second guitarist, so it's okay. You'll get the gist of the entire song. It's pretty cool. So anyway, that goes on for, the first half of the song. That's, hello, I've waited for you here. I suggest playing along with the song to really see where you are, how far you can go, and what each part is, how long it is, Also try to sing along with it. That's something that I'm working on right now myself, is learning to sing and play at the same time. But so that is the main that's the main part of the song. And then it goes into the bridge, which is sounds pretty cool, because it is. So, you start off on the 4th of the A string. The 4th, you have your pointer finger here, and then you can either leave it open or you can mute it. You get the D string, not the low D, but the D. And then you have on the 6th string, you have your pinky, your ring finger, on the 6th fret of the G string. And you play the low D open, and you can do the other ones, but it goes down, up, down, down, up, down. Then you bring it up a fret. So from the 4th to the 5th, all the way up to the 7th. just doing a down, up, down 3 times for each one of those. So down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So you're right now on the 9th and the 11th fret. Your pointer finger is on the 9th of the A string, D is open, and then you've got on the 11th your ring finger. So the next thing you do there, you go up a fret and back down. So it all sounds like this. And then you take your finger, main finger, your pointer finger, and you go down to the 7th fret and you just play all the D, low D, A, D strings, and it just sounds really cool. And that's, you know, the bridge of the song. It goes and I wonder. Yeah, does that 3 times. I think at least 3 times. Maybe either 3 or 4. So it does that. And then the same formation that you used with your pointer finger on the 7th string, you instead bring it up to the 9th string. That's on the 3 strings, the low D, the A, and the D. Then you bring that whole formation down to the 5th, and then you play open. Yeah, cool, right? You can either play it open, all 3 strings, low D, A, and D, or you can add, like what I like to do, is on the G string, you play the 2nd fret on the G, you play the 3rd fret on the B, and then you play the 5th on the E. Together it sounds... just makes it sound really full, like really lively. It's pretty cool. And anyway, so you do that, go. So now you go back to the 11th, 5th, open, then you go to the 7th, back down to the 5th, and then it starts from the beginning. Add words to your own discretion. I hope this has helped you. In the meantime, I will be working on some more videos. This is my very first one. I will upload shortly to YouTube. And, yes. Have a good day. Thank you for watching.